Postmaster General is clear what he's trying to do. He is trying to shut down the post office, or at least constrain the post office enough that people won't be able to vote by mail, or if they do vote by mail, won't get their ballots counted. This is not like we're surmising this or this is some kind of conspiracy theory. Basically, this is exactly what Donald Trump said. If everybody gets to vote by mail, he's going to lose, and he knows that. So the Postmaster General comes in. He got this job because he's a big Trump supporter and raised a bunch of money for Trump. He got this job basically in order to carry out what Trump wants. So, but here's the thing. This reminds us why it is important that all of us get engaged. There's been huge pushback. I mean, huge. All over this country. People have been saying, you can't do this. Folks go stand in front of their post office. People are talking about it in chats, and they're doing it by email, and they're doing it by text, and just every way they can. And the consequence has been that DeJoy has now done two things so far. The first one is he said, yep, I'll come testify next week in front of the House of Representatives. Do you think he wanted to do that? And the second thing is he said, I'll stop doing all the things I've been doing, like getting rid of mailboxes and getting rid of the sorting machines and cutting the overtime. So what that tells you is it matters. The fact that you're talking about it and people who are with us today are talking about it matters, but we're not through. We don't just say, shoo, crisis averted. What we have to do now is keep the pressure up. We need to make sure, A, that he's good to his word, that he doesn't do more of it, but more to the point that they reverse it. So we get those mailboxes out there, so we get the overtime, so we're getting the mail delivered on time. And then the other part of it is support the post office, but also we got to work on alternative ways to vote safely. So if you're in a state where you can use a drop-off at your local polling place, if you're in a state where you're allowed to collect ballots for other people, we need to do that too to reduce the pressure on the post office. So pushing on the post office, but also finding other ways, because we all need to have our votes counted come November 3rd, 2020.
We've already seen that President Trump is trying to plant seeds of confusion. I think he tweeted a couple days ago, we may not ever know the results for years to come. So
he hopes.
Right. So your message is people should ignore that, focus on voting.
And look, what Trump is doing right now is engaging in voter suppression. Think about it. What he's doing is he's trying to say to people who have a lot of other stuff going on in their lives, or people who are afraid to get out during the COVID crisis, people who've got little children they're trying to take care of, or elderly parents. They're trying to say to anybody kind of in the swing group, not swing politically, but swing like how much effort you have to put into voting. He said, oh, don't vote. It's not going to count. It's not. Find every way possible to keep folks from voting. And voting, it's the beating heart of our democracy. It's how we make this whole system work. We want a government that reflects our values, a government that stands not just with billionaires, a government that's not racist and promoting racist values. Then by golly, you got to get out there and vote.